Can I go ahead?
Okay, no, I'm thinking of something.
Oh no, I was gonna say something.
I know, I'm thinking of something and then you can go.
It's already recording.
I can cut that.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh my god. Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Karis, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you have been watching my videos in previous weeks, you know that Andrew is new to this channel. He is my boyfriend and we have not done a video together yet. So, that being said, today we wanted to do a video over how to maintain a relationship throughout college. So the past month or so I've been doing a lot of college related videos, and I just wanted to kind of finish off that series with this video. So if you are in a relationship, I think you'd find this video helpful. So if you want to know more, keep on watching. So a little about us before we move on to the tips and tricks. We have been dating for about a year and a half. A year and a half? I met him through his sister. So I went to a different school my freshman year of college, and she was my roommate and volleyball teammate, and he would come to our games and stuff, and I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna date your brother someday, like marry him. And she would I would just do it to her, just like to make, I don't know, to make her life miserable.
I stole her best friend, she says.
But I transferred schools and somehow we got to starting to talking, and it's kind of how we met. But if you guys want like more in-depth video on that, we can do one for you all, so just comment down below, let us know.
So when it comes to maintaining relationships, obviously there is no one-size-fits-all solution or prescription that goes into maintaining relationships and relationships thriving. However, what we can do is relate our experience to you, and so what we're going to do is break that up into two different categories that I feel like we've represented really well. Of course, there's those struggles, but these are strengths that we have that have really helped us throughout this time, and that's having a compassionate heart and being consistently in tune with one another and communicating.
So yeah, we're just gonna break those two down. Andrew is like super talkative and stuff, so I'm sorry if he rambles, but I will try to get him to get to the point, because we don't want this video to be like 30 minutes long. But again, for real guys, we don't want this to sound like, oh, look at us, this is what you have to do to have a successful relationship. This is just what we have experienced, and he does live like 5 hours away from me when I am on campus, so it is truly a long distance relationship. So we see each other like once a month when I am in school, so we're just going to try to explain to you like how we maintain it, but again, not one size fits all. So I'm going to break down compassionate heart into different categories of like what we mean by that. So the first one is giving each other freedom. So I know that when you are in a relationship, it's really hard to not want to kind of control one another. But one thing Andrew does a very good job is he lets me do my own things. He's not controlling. I don't have to tell him what I'm up to all the time. So he's out of college and I'm still in college, and I still want to have the experience of going through college and hang out with friends and stuff and not feel super tied down, and he does a very good job of making sure I have my freedom.
Also, within having a compassionate heart, not only we just give each other freedom, but we also give each other a safe atmosphere in which to come to all the time. That is to say, we provide a safe haven in which we're able to live, learn, and listen to one another in what we're going through, whether it be our suffering or our happiness, and sharing that with one another.
But just I've called him a lot of times, like crying in the middle of the day because of an exam and all of that. So
and it's so sweet, and I feel so absolutely loved when she does that. And I feel like I've provided a safe atmosphere for her, as she has provided a safe atmosphere, a safe haven for me to listen, to learn, and to live with one another's suffering and happiness.
So extra. Okay, so another one is encouragement. Andrew does such a great job of encouraging me. Like, he is literally my #1 supporter. I remember whenever I started thinking about starting a YouTube channel, I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want people to think I'm like weird. And he was just such a great encourager, and that makes a huge difference in relationships. And I know like in the beginning of a relationship, it's just so much easier to be encouraging towards one another, but we kind of forget to continue doing that as we date longer. But just always remembering to encourage one another will make such a huge difference and impact in a relationship. Even if it's just like the little things, it doesn't even have to be anything grandiose. Is that even a word?
Grandiosity. Or grandiose, we could say. So also, finally, within this category, we're going to talk about patience. Now, if there's one person in the world that's been more patient with me than anybody else that exists, it's Karis. She has been so patient with me through everything, because I'll be very honest, I have kind of like this puppy dog mindset where I'll just wait at the door for her, you know? Just like, when is she gonna be back? When is she gonna be back? Like, obviously we give each other freedom and stuff, but she is so good about being patient with me. And like this time while she's been in college and I've been outside of college, it's helped me learn what it means to be patient as well. And I think through patience, you start to learn all the more what it means to have a compassionate heart.
Okay, so before we move on to the next category, I just wanted to remind you to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it, and subscribe down below so you never miss out on any more videos. And if you want to see videos of just us two, comment down below and let me know. We would love to do more videos for you all. I have done a lot of college related videos, so if you want to check those out, I will leave them in the description down below. But now we are going to move on to the next category, which is consistent communication. So we all know communication is key when it comes to relationships. So in this section, we're just going to break it down to y'all and explain kind of how we practice communication.
So it's one thing like to have a compassionate heart, and that's all well and good, but without consistent communication, it's really hard for a relationship to be cultivated and to thrive, right? You might have a compassionate heart, or you might have just consistent communication, and you could have a relationship that might survive. But if you have two, both in tandem, for us, it's really helped us with our relationship. Even so, we're gonna talk about the importance of having quality time over quantity. That is to say, like having a conversation that's meaningful and memorable versus just, you know, like being on the phone and all there is silence, you know, and there's just silence and nothing but that. And I'm not talking about, you know, being there for one another and being silent and listening, but I'm talking about like just not talking with one another. Yeah,
you're there but not really there.
You're
you know,
there.
Like sometimes people like call you, but they're just scrolling through social media instead of actually talking, which is kind of defeats a point.
Yeah, like actually listening to each other and learning from one another and living through like what we're going through is so essential.
So like one thing we've always done is we have talked to each other literally almost every night. And I mean, yes, there's some nights where we've been busy and stuff, but my friends pretty much know at school, like when it comes 9 o'clock, I am going to be talking to Andrew. That's kind of like our time together. And so we don't text a lot throughout the day. We don't really Snapchat. Andrew doesn't even have social media on his phone. So, but we do really take it seriously that we get our talking in at night and just really fill each other into like what's going on and have time to just talk to each other at the end of the day. It's just
so essential to the well-being of our relationship.
Especially since we don't get to see each other in person a lot. Like if we didn't talk to each other every night, I feel like it would be so hard to maintain the relationship.
It would be really hard. And so without that consistent communication and quality time over quantity and time, it has really helped us cultivate and let our relationship thrive.
Yeah. Okay, so the very last tip we have for you is just making time for one another and just making sure it's intentional. So I kind of touched up on this topic earlier, but Andrew and I try to be very intentional as to when we're going to talk and really carve that time for one another only. And it really, again, makes a huge difference, especially if it's a long distance relationship. You don't get to see each other and talk with each other every day, so you really have to make do with what you do have. And so really having that time to talk with each other, if it's an hour a day, 30 minutes a day, but really be intentional and communicating and talking with each other.
And Karis does such an amazing job of like planning out in her calendar when she wants to see me, you know, what we want to do as well.
Yeah.
But she's also very, very flexible too, of just having a lot of space and time just to do what we want in the moment.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, I only get to see him like once a month, especially during the fall because I do play volleyball, so I'm on the road a lot traveling. I don't get to come home very often, but we do try to sit down and plan when we can see each other, like where to meet up, and just be super intentional. But that is about all we have. I'm sure we can probably come up with more, but if you guys want to see more videos like this, let us know. You can follow me on Instagram and ask me any questions if you want to DM me or whatever, and I will link my Instagram down below. Do you have anything else to add?
Well, just, you know, in relationship where we thrive, having that compassionate heart and consistent communication, and you do it so well.
Okay, you don't be weird and romantic.
I know.
So people see this.
I know, it's a point.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching all the way till the end. I'm sorry if this was too cheesy. Andrew is super extra. But don't forget to check out those other videos I mentioned in the beginning of the video, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos like this. But that is all for today, and until next time, bye.